Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
And a very pleasant good evening. As always, it's great to have you with us tonight. I'm Dwayne Lindo, filling in for Adam Cellini. Topping our news tonight, a fatal crash in Charlotte County this morning has proved fatal for one Punta Gorda man. Troopers say Joshua Clayton was driving on Florida Street when he lost control of his Ford Explorer and hit a utility pole and a tree. Troopers say Joshua was not wearing a seatbelt. One skydiving company made history at Venice Municipal Airport today with the first commercial jump. But as ABC 7's Kate Flexer tells us, getting permission to do so wasn't easy.
They've been trying to bring skydiving to Venice for 7 years, and today was that first jump. Many now saying it's a sign of progress for the airport. With the engine running and wheels on the tarmac, 4 passengers left Venice Municipal Airport on a one-way flight. The only exit, a 10,000-foot jump.
I could talk to you for hours and hours and you still wouldn't understand it. You know, it's such a rush, isn't it? Like you couldn't, you know, you have to do it to understand it.
Owner of Skydive Venice Beach, Christian Shomig, has jumped nearly 8,000 times. But for Mashid Kamali, it was the first time.
I was nervous, but as soon as I jumped out of the airplane, there was this silence and then the beautiful scenery that you could see.
A 2-mile descent carried only by wind resistance.
He just made a very good skydive over Venice, Florida.
But for 7 years leading up to that moment, the only resistance came from the Venice City Council, concerned about safety risks. City Councilman Kit McKeon has been there throughout the process.
During the period of uncertainty, we didn't want to have something else adding an issue that potentially would concern the citizens.
That period of uncertainty McKeon's referring to was a time when the airport was in need of repair.
The airport had almost suffered from what I will call 60 years of benign neglect. It needed work.
But since then, the Federal Aviation Administration has given them nearly $18 million to refurbish different parts of the airport. It still operates without a control tower, though, which was among the concerns for the council, and something Shomig acknowledged as an obstacle.
We have different traffic pattern than the planes and the helicopters, and so we had to work through a long process.
But today, that long process finally came to an end. Shomig took that first jump, and he says it was well worth waiting for.
Skydiving is very special no matter where you do it. You could jump over the desert and you'll have a blast, right? So to add that component to a skydive is just very special. It's just like, wow.
They expect to see many other customers following this first jump. Back to you.
Thanks, Kate. The FAA did conduct a risk safety study before allowing skydiving out of Venice Airport. Across the country, families are decorating their homes with laser light projectors. But despite their festive appearances, the holiday lights could actually be doing more harm than good. The Federal Aviation Administration is warning consumers of the potential risk the light displays may do to the community. Dave Armbrust, chief flight instructor at Cirrus Aviation in Sarasota, says the laser is especially dangerous when a pilot is landing. Lasers should not be projected at or within flight path of any aircraft within 10 nautical miles of an airport.
That can cause them to have to go around or abort the landing, which can be dangerous, especially if they're not able to see.
Now, several manufacturers are also trying to get out a message of caution, warning customers through labels on their packaging to be careful when putting lasers projectors outside. Their advice, be diligent when using the project, avoid pointing it at the sky. Now let's go to Wendy Ross for a first check on our Wendy. Wendy?
Hello, how are you, Dwayne? We are looking at another problem that's developing also across the area as far as any flight may be concerned, and that is the fog is starting to form. And so we're going to see that during the late night hours, the overnight time period, and then again tomorrow morning. We could also see some of this fog lingering around. 69 degrees for us right now. Dew point levels are starting to creep up. The humidity is already high, 90%. And those winds coming in out of the east-southeast are making things warmer than they should be for this time of the year. You'll notice that the rain showers have pretty much come to an end along the west coast of Florida. We only had some scattered light rains that were taking place throughout the evening hours. They dissipated fairly quickly, and mostly they were east of I-75. So we're seeing those finally come to an end. And we'll let you know what this rest of this weekend's forecast is going to be like. That's coming up in just a few moments. Dwayne?
Wendy, thank you. On the Suncoast today, the 3rd Annual International Food and Crafts Festival. The event, hosted by the the Islamic Society of Sarasota Bradenton, bringing out people from all over to enjoy food from other cultures, go on mosque tours, and get artistic with henna and face painting. The goal, bring visibility to local vendors, specifically Muslim businesses and entrepreneurs.
We watched a prayer ceremony, and it was all explained to us, and questions were answered, so it was very educational.
People seem to be very scared or hateful toward us in certain situations, and this just is a reminder that majority of people are not that way. It's nice to have our doors open and everybody feels comfortable and welcome.
Admission was free to the festival, and the local blood drive was on site for donations. The 15th annual Holiday Basket Brigade provided over 1,100 baskets to families in need. Hosted by the Tiny Hands Foundation alongside All Faiths Food Bank, families received full turkeys, fresh produce, and baskets filled with Christmas treats and toys.
Being a single mom, kids, I got a call from Big Brothers Big Sisters, would I like a basket? So I was like, okay, sure. It will help tremendously. It's a true blessing.
The event took place at the Boys and Girls Club of Sarasota, and members of the community were also able to participate in sponsoring a basket. The Frosty 5K race today in Sarasota featuring a single loop course followed by a festive post-race party. Locals and out-of-towners alike participated in the run. The event featuring a costume contest with prizes for the most creative interpretations.
It's good to accomplish something you set out to do, you know, and at my age, if I can keep up with some of these other people, I feel real good about it.
Those who finished the run received a custom Frosty Finisher's Medal. Still to come here on ABC7, President-elect Donald Trump finishing up his thank you tour in Alabama. Plus, a national tradition has brought out thousands of families all over the U.S. How they're celebrating veterans this holiday season. These stories and more when we return.
You're going to need me. You're going to need us. All of us. You're going to need our help with your water, your air, your food. You're going to need our determination, our compassion. You're going to need the next generation of leaders to face the challenges the future will bring. And we promise we'll be there when you need us.
ABC7 is proud to present Line Dance Central. Now you can learn popular country and not-so-country line dances from the comfort of your own home. Just visit mysuncoast.com, click on Entertainment, and you'll be kicking up your boots or flip-flops in no time. Brought to you by the White Buffalo Saloon and Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Florida Studio Theater presents Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves, celebrating fierce women with fierce vocals from the 70s through today. Featuring songs by performers such as Cher, Tina Turner, and Reba McEntire. Don't miss what critics are saying is a lively, high-energy driving review with powerhouse singers. Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves is now playing. Tickets can be purchased by calling 941-366-9000 or by visiting floridastudiotheater.org.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
Only Fiat gives you Italian engineering with a heavy dose of Suncoast style. So what are you waiting for? Hurry in for big savings during the Big Finish event going on now at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Today marks the National Wreaths Across America Day, and communities across the U.S. are gathering to remember our fallen heroes during the holiday season. The tradition of putting wreaths on the graves of honored veterans first began in 1992, when a Maine wreath maker donated 5,000 wreaths to Arlington National Cemetery. Over 1 million wreaths will be placed on markers across the country in over 1,000 locations. And here on the Suncoast, we are joining in on that tradition. The Sarasota Military Academy, families gathering today to honor wreaths across America at the Sarasota National Cemetery, where they are covering each and every gravestone with an evergreen wreath.
It's a beautiful day. Everybody should just enjoy it, and it's a wonderful experience to come out and see all the dedicated people that come out for the veterans.
Family-sponsored remembrance wreaths showing their thanks to their buried patriots. And for nearly a month, President-elect Donald Trump traveled across the country in a show of appreciation to his supporters. Today, Trump wrapped up his thank you tour in Mobile, Alabama. John Lornick reports.
Thousands of Trump supporters lined up for hours to see the president-elect at his final thank you tour stop in Mobile, Alabama. For weeks now, Trump has traveled across the country holding post-election rallies in several key battleground states like Ohio,
thank you to Ohio,
North Carolina,
these are great people in North Carolina,
Iowa,
thank you to the great people of Iowa,
Pennsylvania, and recently Florida, where Trump admitted his supporters got violent during the campaign.
I mean, you were nasty and mean and vicious and you wanted to win, right? But now you're mellow and you're cool and you're not nearly as vicious or violent, right? Because we won.
A victory that has been at the center of controversy. The intelligence community, notably the CIA, believes that Russian hackers interfered with the 2016 elections. Trump has called those claims ridiculous. President Obama said he delivered a warning to Vladimir Putin on cyber hacking during the G20 summit.
There were going to be some serious consequences if he didn't. And in fact, we did not see further tampering of the election process.
The president also warned that he would retaliate against Russia for hacking in what intelligence officials concluded was an attempt to help Donald Trump win the presidency. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
And meanwhile, President Barack Obama enjoyed the first day of his annual holiday vacation in Hawaii today, playing over 4 hours of golf under mostly sunny skies at the Marine base on the island of Oahu, where he was born. Obama's motorcade returned to the first family's rental home in the afternoon. It passed by a sign saying, "Aloha, Obama Ohana." Get ready to hunker down. Winter weather is making for miserable conditions this weekend. Dangerous road conditions across the country are blamed for several deaths. And this is just the first of a nasty storm system. ABC's Brad Mielke has more.
From the East Coast to the Midwest, millions of Americans dealing with a blast of winter weather. In Connecticut, homeowners busted out the heavy machinery clearing sidewalks and driveways while the plows tried to get ahead on the streets.
Did you anticipate it being this bad at all?
No, not at all. In New York City, the sanitation department out in force, cutting into this year's salt supply. Pedestrians navigating snowy and slushy streets. The mayor urging drivers to avoid the Big Apple.
If you don't need to be on the roads, stay off the roads because it's going to be very slippery, dangerous conditions.
Hazardous travel advisories are in effect all across the country. Poor conditions near Baltimore leading to this massive, deadly pileup, the asphalt coated in a layer of ice. Crews working all day to clear the mangled cars left behind. Near Indianapolis, the state police dealing with dozens of vehicles either stranded by dangerous road conditions or stuck in lines of endless traffic. Further west in St. Louis, even roads that look clear and safe are not. Video capturing spinouts on black ice.
It's really slippery out. Yeah, it's dangerous. I'd stay off the road if you didn't have to be on the roads.
And a double dose of danger in Wisconsin and Minnesota as residents shovel out from significant snowfall. They're now bracing for a deep freeze. Wind chills expected to reach 30, even 40 degrees below zero. All these alerts and advisories are bad news as millions of Americans get ready for the holiday travel week. Some of the nation's busiest airports already taking a hit. Thousands of flights canceled Saturday, many thousands more delayed. Brad Mielke, ABC News, New York.
And meanwhile, here in Sarasota, Florida.
I know. Isn't it fun to watch that video when you're sitting in the air-conditioned comfort of your building?
You know, a lot of those folks are probably envious of what we're going through right now.
Oh my goodness. And our temperatures are far too warm for this time of the year. They're already way too warm, and it still is awfully mild outside. We're looking at a couple of showers that are located off the coastline on the East Coast, and we had a few showers that came on in earlier this evening over portions of Charlotte County, and those have since moved off and dissipated. They were moving from the south to the north, and right now we're just looking at fair skies across our region, but we could see some fog developing. That's likely to take place during the overnight time period and then linger around throughout the early morning hours tomorrow. So right now things have quieted down. You can see that all the rain is pretty well gone, and we're not expecting any more to form for the overnight time period. But today we got up to a high of 83 degrees. 10 degrees warmer than we're supposed to be. Our overnight low was 61, and tonight we're expecting to get down to 68 degrees. So it's those winds coming in out of the south and east that are really warming us up, and that's what's going on right now. So it's 69 degrees right now for us. We have partly cloudy skies out there. The dew points are starting to creep up. The humidity is already up at 90%, and those winds are calm out of the east-southeast at 5 miles per hour. All around the state, temperatures are in the 60s to our north, 70s, almost 80 degrees in Key West. And take a look at the northern part of the state. Jacksonville, Gainesville in the 60s right now. Most of us are in the 70s at this hour with just a couple of holdouts. So Bradenton is at 68 degrees, 69 in Sarasota, and then right down the coastline, we're looking at temperatures in the low 70s, and it's not going to drop much more than those temperatures there. So we've got a cold front that's moving across the country, and it is going to make its way down across the southeast, and then it stalls out right here over northern Florida. It's not going to come all the way through, and that's going to be taking place on Monday. And so in advance of that front, we may get a stray shower that comes on in, so we're calling for a 30% chance of rain for both Sunday and Monday. We'll get the patchy fog tonight throughout the overnight time period. It lingers through the morning hours. It's going to be a little bit more humid tomorrow. You'll notice that. And then it's staying warm all the way through Wednesday and possibly even Thursday. That second cold front comes on in, and that's the one that could cool us off in time for Friday. So we may see some temperatures cooling down, but most of the rain stays right here with the cold front over the northern part of the state where it just dies out. And this is what it's going to look like over the next several days. We can expect to see our temperatures in the low 80s, a 30% chance of rain both Sunday and Monday. Dwayne?
Wendy, thank you. Stay with us. Sports is next.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to save a life? Find out by donating platelets at Suncoast Blood Bank.
I'm Haley Wilgus, ABC7. Platelets aid in the clotting process and are vital in the treatment of cancer and surgical patients, trauma victims, and critically ill newborns. It's tough to keep enough on the shelves because they only last 5 days. To donate, call this number or visit scbb.org, and you can help save a life.
ABC7 congratulates Suncoast Blood Bank on 65 years of serving our community.
It's been an emotional time politically and socially this year.
But during a season when hearts are a little more open to love, we want to talk about good things to believe in.
We believe in service and making a difference in others' lives. We believe in hearing the other point of view.
We believe in being kind, no matter how busy the day is.
We believe friends and family are the best recipe in your kitchen.
We hope you believe too.
Happy holidays from ABC7, your Suncoast News.
If you want 24/7 access to ABC7's breaking news stories, weather forecasts, traffic alerts, health reports, Suncoast View, and more ABC7 programming, now there's good news. Introducing the free ABC7 channel on Amazon Fire TV. Your 24/7 access to ABC7. Just search ABC7 on the streaming device and download the free ABC7 channel app. Or if you don't have an Amazon Fire TV, you can get one at Amazon.com. Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Attention breast cancer survivors. If you experience permanent hair loss or baldness after chemotherapy, you may qualify for a cash award. Thousands of women suffering breast cancer were given a chemotherapy drug without being warned about the possibility of irreversible alopecia. If you or a loved one suffered permanent hair loss after chemotherapy, call 888-622-8732. Time to file a claim is limited. 888-622-8732. That's 888-622-8732.
This holiday season, give the greatest gifts of all, safety and peace of mind. Subaru offers more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And Subaru has the best resale value of all brands for 2016. Now, during the Subaru Share the Love event, you can lease a new Forester for just $209 a month or get 0% financing. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Holiday scratch-offs are here, and oh, they make great surprises. Imagine the joy they will bring. With over $126 million in prizes, use them for a wreath or a place card for your feast. Attach them, scratch them, and let the magic happen. Holiday scratch-offs. The Florida Lottery has them. Just imagine.
Now, sports.
Rough night for the University of Central Florida at the AutoNation Cure Bowl. Arkansas State took a 17-0 lead over the Knights in the first quarter after a UCF fumble kickoff return that set up a Red Wolves touchdown. UCF freshman quarterback Mackenzie Milton and the offense just couldn't get anything going. Arkansas State's defensive front controlled the line of scrimmage and kept Milton off balance the whole game. Milton passed for 175 yards and 1 touchdown. Red Wolves win 31-13. The University of Minnesota football team will now play in the Holiday Bowl, reversing a threat to boycott the game because of a suspension of 10 players accused of sexual assault. None of the players were arrested, and local prosecutors have not pressed any charges. Had the Golden Gophers pulled out of the game, Northern Illinois University was in line to replace them. A San Diego State University running back made history today. With a 15-yard gain early in the fourth quarter of the Las Vegas Bowl against Houston, senior Donnell Pumphrey passed Wisconsin's Ron Dayne and set the NCAA rushing record. Pumphrey finished the game with over 100 yards to give him a total of 6,405 for his career. Dayne established the high mark during his Heisman Trophy winning season back in 1999. However, the NCAA did not include bowl game statistics in the record books at the time. If you add his postseason numbers to his total, Dayne actually has 7,125 yards. And an awesome catch in the Celebration Bowl today. North Carolina Central took on Grambling State in Louisiana. Quarterback Devontae Kincaid on the move and floats it downfield and finds his receiver for an awesome grab. We got to take another look at that. You see the wide receiver Verlin Hunter with the elevation that would make Odell Beckham of the New York Giants proud. The play would be called back because of holding. Such a shame. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
It's been an emotional time politically and socially this year.
But during a season when hearts are a little more open to love, we want to talk about good things to believe in.
We believe in service and making a difference in others' lives. We believe in hearing the other point of view.
We believe in being kind, no matter how busy the day is.
We believe in finding the laughter in every day.
We hope you believe too.
Happy holidays from ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
We're losing exotic animals on a daily basis, and the ones that we have in captivity are really the ambassadors for their wild counterparts. I'm Clayton Rozier from the Big Cat Habitat and Gulf Coast Sanctuary, housing over 150 exotic animals that needed a great home. And if you love animals, please help them. Do it locally. Support your local no-kill shelters, your local wild animal sanctuaries. Make a difference where you can.
Download ABC7's free all-new news app at your app store today.
On horrendously cold nights, on days when the rain has been relentless, or when the sun is beating down, there is an animal trapped with no protection, fighting to stay alive. time is running out for them, but you can help save them by joining the ASPCA today. With your donation of just $18 a month, you'll help rescue abused and neglected animals, provide them with food, shelter, and medical care. When you go online or call in the next 10 minutes, we'll send you this free membership kit and our limited edition 150th anniversary t-shirt. It's just 60 cents a day to pull animals out of a terrible life. Don't let them suffer another day. Please help now.
The year is winding down, and that means big savings during the Big Finish event going on now at Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram in Sarasota. Ram trucks are built tough to help you conquer whatever the day may throw your way with all the comfort you'd expect in a luxury vehicle. And right now, all 2016 quad cabs are over 20% off, with new Ram trucks starting at just $19,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram in Sarasota.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter mile north of University Parkway.
Hulk Hogan could have used his signature leg drop on thieves who stole a delivery from the front porch of his Florida mansion. Love Hulk. But he didn't. Clearwater police released a video Friday showing 4 women pulling into the driveway of the former pro wrestling champion's mansion last weekend. 3 people rushed up to the steps, but after a few seconds, they opened the package, removed the contents, and fled. Police say about $15 worth of beauty products were stolen. A random act of barbecue happened today in Manatee County. Sonny's Barbecue surprising East Manatee Fire Rescue, recognizing them for their dedication to the Manatee community. The event featured barbecue, of course, and good food along with rewards for those dedicated to the safety of the community.
The turnout was great. It was better than we had anticipated, so we probably had 50% more than what was expected, but children and everything, so we had the whole family event going, which was great, and that's what we're really trying to focus on, is being a family.
The deputy fire chief says they also invited those rescued during the year, and for some, it was the first time rescues were able to meet those they could save. A truly rewarding experience. A New Mexico artist is mixing his own culture with pop culture. Michael Toya and his son are avid Star Wars fans, and their fandom has inspired Michael's latest series of artwork. As native artist from the Pueblo of Yemes, Michaels uses his current popular themes and interprets them using native symbolism. You may think you're looking at your favorite Star Wars character, but if you look carefully, you'll find bear claws, eagle feathers, and forces of nature in the artistic design. Michael hopes people will look between the lines and see beyond those popular characters. Pretty impressive.
That's really amazing.
Yeah. And I'm a big Star Wars fan, too. I mean, I'm not, a huge Star Wars fan, but...
The last one that came out, when they came out with that one, that was the one I liked. Oh, my gosh, that was good.
Great.
That and the original, that was pretty special.
So, have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow at 6:30.